Os. Hello and welcome to this step-by-step kata tutorial for the kata Hangetsu. Many dojo have this as a black belt kata and dojo have this as a brown belt kata. We have this as one of our brown belt katas, but we practice it extensively in our black belt classes. Hangetsu is a fantastic training kata, developing kime, hara, strong spirit, because it's a dynamic tension kata, very health orientated with the breathing, special breathing which we'll go through. And there's a few different ways that people, Shotokan Dojo, practice Hangetsu. The stance is one of them. I've always done, and under this tutorial, if you're on the website, we'll put the video for Hangetsu dachi that we've done. But we do both feet turned in, so the big toes, if I look down and forward, come to an apex, a point, about 5 to 6 foot in front of my face. So if I'm in front stance here, zenkutsu, I turn my front foot in and my feet are pointed in slightly. I then bend my knees naturally, tighten my hips and inner thigh, and that's basically Hangetsu dachi the way we practice it. But I do know that a lot of dojo have their front foot turned forward now as well, okay, which is fine. Okay, so we're just going to show you the way that we practice Hangetsu. Okay, let's get started. Hangetsu. The first two movements are repeated 3 times, and that's uchi-uki gyakuzuki. So we're going to be stepping in Hangetsu dachi, half moon stance, which means we need to do this half moon movement on the ground as we step. Same time as I start to move, with this movement, I'm coming in. I'm going to contract and breathe in. As I contract and breathe in, my arms prepare for uchi-uki. Then my left leg steps around and I block uchi-uki. So I'm stepping first with the left leg and left arm. So Hangetsu dachi is that semicircular, that half moon step. So make sure you come in and out. So at the same time as I breathe in, I prepare the arms. So it's a slow in and then a slow out. After I've breathed totally out, pushed everything out from the bottom of the lungs, pulling the stomach in tightly, I then do a short, sharp in breath, pushing the stomach out, and then a slow out on the punch. As I step, so when I breathe in, I'm going to push my stomach out, and then when I breathe in, I'm going to pull my stomach in. So I use the whole of the lungs rather than the chest. Shallow breathing, so it's deep breathing from the stomach. So you're pushing all the air out. You're taking a full intake of air, and then you're really forcing the air out. And as you force the air out, you tighten the muscles everywhere. That's arms, legs, stomach, body, everywhere. Okay, so that's where we slowly come to a full tension on the uchi-uki. So the breathing I do for the uchi-uki gyakuzuki is when I'm stepping, it's a slow in and slow out. And then when I punch, it's a fast in and slow out. So, for example, the first movement, slowly in, and then slowly out. Again, breathing from the stomach, so I'm pulling my stomach in, forcing the air out from the bottom of the lungs, and then I do a fast intake of air as I push the stomach out. This feeling, and then slow, on the punch. So it's a slow in and out on the block, and a fast in and slow out on the punch on those 3 uchi-uki gyakuzukis at the start of the kata. So we do it 2 counts again. First count, ich, ni. So if I just relax. So from here, at the end of that completion of the tension and the breathing out and the movement, everything tightens. So calves, thighs, stomach, body, everything. Shoulders, arms, everything. Forearms, biceps, everything tightens. Like concrete, you stay in that position. And then the next move, some people breathe in slowly, some people breathe in quickly. But from here, after the uchi-uki, we're basically going to try and get some rotation here with the hip. But at the same time, we're keeping Hangetsu dachi. So I don't really want my right foot to come off the floor, the heel. I don't want my knee to really cave in. So what I'm going to try and do is keep the Hangetsu dachi and then rotate the hips so the body comes square. And from here, this is a slow movement. But once again, we're going to tighten the muscles, breathe out slowly and strongly, and then relax completely at the end. So I've just come to the end of this uchi-uki. I've tightened the muscles, everything's tight. I then breathe in, and then slowly breathe out. And once again, muscles tighten, everything tightens in this position. So my arms, so a lot of the time in the dojo, we'll come around and test each other. So just banging on the arms, thighs, calves, stomach, shoulders, top of the lats, here. Okay, so we're testing each other, not ridiculous, just open hands, just making sure the muscles are tight. The first 2 movements with tension now, nice and slowly, and try and have muscle control with the legs as you step. Try not to fall into the stance. So here we go with the first 2 moves. Remember, as I breathe in, I'm breathing in deep, so my feeling is my stomach pushes out. I pull my stomach in as I breathe out. Okay, here we go. So that's the first 2 moves. Uchi-uki, gyakuzuki, stepping with the left leg, keeping that Hangetsu dachi, but also trying to rotate the body and hip. From here, I'm going to step now. As I start to step, I'm going to turn my left foot forward. As I prepare the arms and start to move, I breathe in. So I'm at the halfway stage of the step. My knees are bent. I've breathed in, and then we're going to get this half moon step, this semicircular step with the right leg now. So from this position, and I'm going to breathe in sharply here. We then repeat this for the 3rd time. So remember, I'm going to turn my front foot as I prepare the arms and start to move. Muscle control, everything's controlled with this right leg as I step. So at the halfway point, the feeling is everything is on the right leg, even though my left foot is touching the floor. Try not to drag the left foot. So I'll do the 2 moves, 1 count again from here. So that's the first 6 move of Hangetsu. Uchiuki Gakuzuki 3 times. Try and work on this breathing, try and work on this tension. Get your training partner to come and test your muscles. Don't have to do it hard, open hand. When you're in the position, acknowledge to each other that muscles are tight, and then test that tension. Deep breathing on these first 6 moves. So what I'm going to do now is go through all 6 moves. So we're at move 6. Move 7, the feeling is someone's grabbing from behind. So this next set of moves represents someone grabbing you, and you're either attacking the back of their hands with your thumb knuckle as you come back like this. Someone's grabbing you around, and then lifting to break. So there's lots of different applications which we'll go through in another video. But again, the most important part of this for your training when you first learn the kata is the breathing. So again, it's strong, slow breathing. So here we go. As I start to pull my right arm back, my elbow actually goes out. How we tell everyone not to do on hikite. So my elbow goes out. As my elbow goes out, I'm going to make shotokan, or ipponken, 1 knuckle attack. And the way I'm going to make this 1 knuckle attack, I'm going to push my first knuckle out like this, and I'm going to push my thumb on the outside of it. So I push my first finger against the other fingers with my thumb, and that first knuckle is protruding, which you can then attack with. So this 1 knuckle, so as my fist starts to come back, I make this 1 knuckle position with the right hand. The fingers are still curled, and that 1 knuckle is protruding, and this is really good for attacking around the neck area, ribs, kidneys, okay, throat. 1 knuckle attack. Now we're going to make that 1 knuckle position with both fists, but let's just do the punching one first. So I'm just going to forget about my left arm. So as I pull back the fist and the elbow goes out, I make this 1 knuckle position, pushing the thumb against the finger as it comes back to the center of the body with the elbow out to the side. As I do this movement, when I pull back, my left fist goes to meet the right fist at the halfway point. And then they both come back with elbows out. So if we do it together, both arms together, remembering to make that 1 knuckle attack, push the thumb against the first finger as you protrude that knuckle. Each. So I'm in this position, and I've got my 1 knuckles just touching each other in the center of my body. From here, I'm going to pull my hands apart. So my left goes to the left side of my chest, the right goes to the right side of my chest, so it's not really a massive gap. Everything's still straight to the side. So if you look at me from the side here, I don't have the elbows behind. So from the center, I keep the elbows going straight out either side. Don't pull them behind your back or have them in front, straight out to the side. So as I pull my right fist back, my left fist meets it, they both come back, they both open, and then they both come into the center and then forward. Now, I was always taught a breathing technique on this actual combination, which I'm going to share with you. I hope you like it. There's lots of different ways to do this, no wrong way as far as I'm concerned. Everyone does things differently. Hey, there's lots of ways to the top of the mountain, lots of different paths, lots of different routes, but there's one top of the mountain. So everybody's doing their karate differently, all with the same aim of getting better and reaching the top. So everyone does it differently, this is just the way we do it. So this is what we're going to do. From this position, this Gyakuzuki, the 6th move, here comes technique 7. So I pull back to the center of my chest. I open, and then I come back to the center until my knuckles just touch, and then I go forward. Then if I explain the breathing, from here, I'm going to breathe in, and then out. So once I've gone open, this is when I start to breathe out. So if I do that movement smoothly, and you might be able to hear the breathing through because the mic's so close, so hopefully you'll get an idea of the timing of the breathing. Now I've actually got quite a bit of air left in my lungs because I carry on breathing out on the next part. But what we're going to do here, look, is I'm going to open my hands and cross at the wrists with the right hand on top. So one knuckle's attacking, thumb pushing against that finger, my hands cross. They lift, and when they're above my head, I pull out to the side. So try and get both hands straight up, a 90-degree angle on your elbows. Elbows straight out from the shoulder, so try not to be too low or too high. So it's very square. And that's the point where I finish breathing out as I get to this position. Okay, I'll show you here. So with the breathing now. So I've had quite lots of different karate masters' influence over the years and do this technique, the 3 kimes, and that's how I was taught. But there's lots of different ways to do this movement and the breathing. This is a really good breathing exercise. So my instructor, my sensei, was really quite strict and thorough with the breathing. He was a yoga instructor as well as a fantastic karateka. Well, he still is. And so he used to go through the breathing a lot with us. So we really worked on the breathing. So if I just stand up from here and just show you, it's breathe in, breathe in, breathe in, breathe out, breathe out, breathe out, breathe out, breathe out, breathe out, and then breathe in, and then out, out, out. And at the end of the movement here, when we do this double shuto, 3 kime, 3 squeezes, as my instructor used to say, with the stomach to push the last bit of air out. And tightening the muscles and pushing every last bit of air out. So we'll break it down. First move, I'm going to breathe in. And then from here, I breathe out. Out, out, out. And then when I reach and I've kimed and tightened the body and legs and arms and everything's tight, I then cross the hands and I'm still breathing out. Out, 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 out. And then I breathe in as the arms go up, cross at the top of my head, above my head, and then come forward and down to the side, double shuto. So that's the next move after this position. The hands go straight up as I breathe in, and when you breathe out, you're trying to get this connection with the floor. Feel like you're stuck to the floor, you're rooted to the floor, you've got a strong base. Try not to be up in the air with the chest breathing from the stomach, and you're strong with the floor. Okay, so this is a really strong kata. Dynamic breathing, dynamic tension. So it is, and me personally, I can understand why many dojo have this as a black belt kata. I got taught at brown belt, so I've just carried on doing the same as I was taught by my sensei. But I can see why lots of dojo have it at black belt. Right, so now I'll show that complete combination with the proper breathing. I'll try and do it so you can hear the breathing if I can. Another thing, I normally do the breathing quite silent, but some dojo do really audible breathing. So they're really forcing the air out, like the Sanshin kata, like the original Seisan kata. They're really strong, audible breathing, so you can really hear the breathing. I tend to do it internally and a bit more silent, but still with the tension, still with the full breathing. This combination then. And then I relax after those three, the final three little pushes from the stomach, pushing all that air out of the lungs, and then relax and keep the form. I'll now do that first section. So it's Uchi-uki Gakuzuki, so up to the 6 moves, and then move 7, 8, 9, and 10, or however you count them. So the first 10 moves I will do with the full breathing and tension and kime and focus. Here we go. And at the end of this move, 3 tightening of the stomach, forcing the air out. So I tighten my stomach and force the air out from the bottom of the lungs 3 times. So I really expel every last bit of air from here. It's this feeling. At the same time as I do the third one, I feel like I'm contracting. And then on this first ki, I expand and burst into motion and ki on the first ki. So I'm using that breathing out, those 3 sharp, to also contract the body, and then bang, I expand on the first ki. So I'll show you facing this way first. if you draw a line with my feet, if you draw a line through my feet, from right foot to left foot and carry on with the line, that's the line I'm going to step on when I turn 180 degrees. So you literally, your feet stay on the same line. So from here, I'm facing the front of the dojo, and then when I step look, I end up facing the back of the dojo. Still working on this triangle. As I step through, my arms prepare almost like Heian Sandan. So arm preparation, similar to Heian Sandan. The left hand has come to the right shoulder. Right arm is back of the hand up, just in front of the elbow here. It's pushing against the elbow. Then as I turn and land, I'm going to double block and strike. Block and strike. And this left hand, the shuto, the fingers are just in slightly, so my fingers are not dead straight here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn and face the opposite way so you can see me turn. So imagine I've just come to this position here. So as I step through, arms prepare, and then as I land and twist and settle, and my body is shomen, my shoulders, body is square. Try not to be too wide with the arms. It's this feeling. This hand is straight, the wrist is straight. And then this next move is a very small movement, but it represents a grab. And I know some people do actually form the hand grab, and some do a bigger movement, but I've always done a small movement here with my uchi-uki arm. It just literally goes up a couple of inches, turns and comes back down as I breathe in and breathe out. Just go through this slowly. So as I step, arms come in, and then as I turn, block and strike. Then from here, and the feeling is down with the elbow, bang, pulling towards the body, keeping rooted with the floor at all times, solid with the floor. Try not to be up in the air. When you come around, try not to come up as you turn. So I'll show you the technique a bit faster in a moment, but try and get it smooth and keep low as you come through to start with. So I'm going to show you as we would do it in the kata. So I'm going to have my back to you when I turn, and then I'm going to show you the other way round so you can actually see the technique. So let's do it first as we would in the kata. So from here I've done the 3, pushing that air out, kime, I contract, and then ai. First ki-ai, grab. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do the technique faster, but I'm going to do it from arms up here. And then, so I can do the breathing, and then you'll hopefully see the sort of contraction and expansion on this dynamic movement on the first ki-ai. Okay, so now I'm going to turn the opposite way so you can see me when I turn. In this next combination, if I was doing the kata normally, I'd have my back to you. So I'm going to turn and face the camera so you can see. So I've just done the first kiai. So this is where the Hangetsu step is done fast now. So we do the semicircular movement, the half moon shape, fast when we step on these next couple of moves. So we've just done the first fast one, stepping in a straight line and turning. This represents a grab. So what happens now, if I just stand up and show you, I'm going to step with my right leg and I'm going to switch the arms. So just imagine Heian Sandan, where we switch the arms. From here, as I step, right hand comes to the left shoulder, palm towards my neck. Left hand comes just in front of the right elbow. Circular step. And then block, strike, and then the grab. And then we're going to repeat again. So I step and then grab. And some people have the thumb open, some people have the thumb bent. I just have the thumb bent for the grab. But the application, so you're stepping, blocking, striking, grabbing, and then attacking. Lots of different applications for it, but this is a grab. Okay, so I'll do it with the stances now, nice and slowly. So we've done the first one where we kiai and then grab. Now, so nice and smooth step, semicircular, Hangetsu dachi. So it's a smooth step, semicircular step. So try and make sure you come in and out on this one. So nice and smooth. Okay, so I'll do a bit faster for you now. And then what I'll do is I'll do the combination from here so you can see the timing on all three of those combinations, including the kiai on the first one. Okay, here we go. So I'll do it from here first, a bit faster. From here, we're going to be performing uchi-uki double punch in 3 directions, and this is done lots of different ways. Some people stay on the spot in Hangetsu dachi and then turn, so they're sort of stationary. I make distance, so from here, yori-eshi, so I reach with my front foot, then the back foot slides. Reach with my front foot, then the back foot slides, and then the same on the third one. And that's how I've always done this next combination. So check with your sensei, check with your dojo, how your dojo practice this. So it's uchi-uki, double punch 3 times. Okay, here we go. So remember, I've just done the grab, the slow grab in the kata. I look to the right. Arms, right hand comes underneath and then goes into a fist as I move. I reach with my right foot and I block with my back leg. As I reach, I'm here. As my back leg comes across, so does the block. So I block with my back leg. So from here, just slowly. And then it's double punch. Using the hips, remember, try not to just do the arms, use the hip for the punch. Now I'm going to go 180 degrees, so that means my left leg has to go directly behind and then to my left to get the width in my stance. If I just step straight back, I'm not going to be able to rotate the body, so my left leg goes back and across to the left. So from here, from this punch, I prepare the arms. As I start to move the left leg, drive off the right leg and block. Double punch. So from here, my back leg will shoot up with the block. So I'll try and show you here. Now I move 90 degrees to my right. Right leg, arms prepare as I start to move the right leg, then I block with the back leg. Double punch. So a bit faster now. So just do it lightly first to show you the timing of this uchi-uchi double punch 3 times. Show you the timing. So I'll show you it twice fast now, this combination. Once facing the camera as I've just gone through it, and then once as it would be in the kata, and I'd end up with my back to you before this next move. And now the way I would be facing in the kata. The next part of Hangetsu is really tricky. We used to practice this with a straight leg for training, and now we just lift the knee and come round. Lots of different applications. Someone coming from behind to sweep your leg, and you're just lifting and then coming in to defend yourself and counter. That's probably the best one. Probably the only one you need to know about really to start with. So I'm basically got my back to my partner, my opponent. They go to sweep that leg and I'm going to lift it up and then come into attack. It's all about control with the supporting leg on this one. If you remember, we've done uchi-uchi double punch, uchi-uchi double punch, uchi-uchi double punch, and we're going to be facing the back of the dojo. But if I face the right so you can see the whole thing, just to start with. So imagine I'm facing the back of the dojo. From here, look, there's many different ways to practice this combination. This is the way we do it, so I'll just show you the way we practice it here. As I bring my left leg in, I bring my right fist hikite and my left fist on top. A bit like Hian Yondan before the side snap kicks. Right fist hikite, left fist on top. As I do that, I transfer my body weight totally to my right leg. So now look, my right leg's got everything. And then from here, look, I lift my knee and I come around. And then when I'm round to the front, it would be, I extend and drop into back stance. While I do this, my left arm, my right arm stays hikite. My left, as I lift my knee, look, I lift my arm, and then the elbow goes high, and then as I come round, I settle into back fist, into back stance, back fist, uraken uchi. So the back fist comes down. Many applications for this, blocking, striking. So just use it as a strike just for now. So the feeling as you come down slowly is down with the elbow. Don't just think fist. This sort of thing happens. As you come over, think elbow and fist. Keep the right fist hikite, keep hanmi, pull the elbow in. So this, we'll break it down. First count, transfer the weight, prepare the arms. Now from here, look, I've got all my weight on my right leg. So now I lift my knee and my arm. And then as I come round, I slowly settle into back stance. So there's many different applications, many ways to do this. We used to do a much bigger movement. Now I do a smaller movement. We used to have legs straight, coming right the way round for muscle control and strengthening the supporting leg. So it doesn't really matter which one you do. I prefer this one now. Maybe it's because I'm getting older. So I keep the leg quite low. So it's a bit more practical. The feeling someone's coming in to sweep. So now I'm going to face the back of the dojo as I would be if I was doing the kata no count at this point. So what would happen, we would be uchi-uki double punch, uchi-uki double punch, uchi-uki double punch, we would be here. So we're in back stance, kokustash, uraken. Uraken coming down. When I step now, slowly, my front knee goes, my left arm stays. And I step slowly forward, so my right foot is just, I'll do this from the side in a moment, is just in front of the left foot. Just in front. Keep the left arm where it is. So try not to. So when I step from here, keep the hikite back. Now, this next move represents someone's grabbing your arm or you're grabbing someone and kicking them with the front leg. I say front leg, but now we've done a step, it's the back leg. So from here, as I kick, maigeri, I pull the left fist to the right shoulder, palm facing my neck. And then I drive off my right leg, block girambarai. Some people do this in front stance. I keep Hangetsu dachi. I keep the stance throughout. Gyakuzuki and then agyuki. So I'll show this combination from the side so you can see a bit better. So kokustash, uraken, as I step, then as I kick, I pull, and then girambarai, gyakuzuki, agyuki. Try and get as good as rotation as you can without losing the stance, but try and punch and block from the legs and hips, not just the upper body. And then I'll show you speed. So it starts slow, controlled with the step, then fast. So now we repeat that same combination on the right side. So as I transfer the weight to my left leg, strong on this left leg. Left fist hikite, right fist on top. And as I lift my knee and come around, my elbow and arm lifts, settle into the back stance and slowly bring the back fist down. Remember, you're going to pull as you kick, and then girambarai, gyakuzuki, agyuki. Show you it facing this way so you can see. So we've just done the first maigeri, girambarai, gyakuzuki, agyuki. We've got our left leg in front, and now I'm going to use the right leg. 180-degree turn. Transfer my body weight. Then slow and smooth. Kokustash back stance. Drive that front knee forward slowly. And then as I kick, pull, girambarai, gyakuzuki, agyuki. As with a lot of the combinations, in many of the shotokan kata, the combinations are repeated 3 times. And we've got the slow uchiuki gyakuzuki. We've got these movements here, the block and strike and grab 3 times. We've got the uchiuki double punch to the sides and to the back 3 times. We've then got this movement 3 times. And we've just done 2 that have a maigeri grab, down block, punch and upper block. 2 of them with that. Then the third one, we're doing a mikazuki geri. So basically, we're gonna come round, we're gonna do a back fist block. We're then gonna grab, mikazuki geri, crescent kick, step back, reverse punch, and then we're gonna go into cat stance. So when you actually do the kata no count speed, you'll end up facing the back of the dojo on the second one of these. So once again, I put all my body weight onto the right leg, my knee and arm lift, and then my knee comes around with the arm, settle into back stance. But this time, instead of stepping, we're going to reach with the left hand, thumb on top in the shuto position. So from here, just going to stretch the left arm forward, represents a grab. So I've struck, grab, and then I'm going to come around with a crescent kick. Now, mikazuki geri, crescent kick, I'm going to kick with the underside of my foot against my hand. Some people kick mikazuki geri, they come round in a great big arc. Other people go out at, say, a 30-degree angle, then they hook at the last second. Either one's fine, mikazuki geri. So if I just show you from here, high stance, the hand, mikazuki geri, going to step back, and then you're going to punch down. The stances are, we're in back stance for the back fist. We then kick mikazuki geri and come back into Hangetsu dachi and punch. Make sure that balance is good. And again, we come round again with the left arm, left leg, keeping the hikite. Round we come, slowly settling into back stance. But this time, I'm going to go hand and then mikazuki geri. Stepping back into Hangetsu dachi, and as I land, I'm punching down, and we angle our back very slightly for the punch. And the second kiai is on the mikazuki geri. So it's on the crescent kick and then punch. So it looks like, when you do it fast, it almost looks like the kiai is over the mikazuki geri and the punch. So this last move we're going to do is Gedan Gashouki. Low block with palm heels together. Some people keep their right foot where it is, and some people make a distance, like this. We make distance, so we make a little bit of distance. It's not much, it's a small step, and we follow the line of the feet. So where my Hangetsu dachi is here, left foot, right foot, I go on that line with a short step. And as I do that, I bring both hands to the side, hikite, with my fingers out to the side. I'm in the teisho palm heel position, and the palm heels are against my ribs. So that's as I step with the foot. So from here, here. Now I'm going to pull my left leg. As I pull my left leg, I press in block. Palm heels are pushed together, and I just come to the outside of my left knee, look. So I'm not in the center, I'm just to the outside of my left knee. And I'm in Neko Ashi Dashi. Neko Ashi Dashi cat stance. So if I turn this way, my right foot, then my left foot is just in front, and I literally lift the heel up on the front foot and heavily bend the back foot. And the weight is 90% on the back leg. So I lift my heel up. Some people do toes, and that's fine, like this. I do ball of the foot, and then the hands are here. So remember what I said about the hands prepare at the hikite position as I step. And then as I pull the leg in, they extend. So from here, and if you notice, they're just to the left side, my knees covering the center, Neko Ashi Dashi, and then from here, it's Yame. Hangetsu. Ay. Hangetsu. And thank you very much for watching the video. Hope you've enjoyed it and got something from it. Please, if you haven't, give us a like and a subscribe. And if you haven't downloaded the app, please do. There's lots of free content on there. We're updating videos and uploading videos weekly. Short, concise, information-packed, 5 to 10 minutes. We know how busy everyone is and we appreciate how busy everyone is. So we're trying to make these videos short. Okay, and that's the app and it's called Shotokan Bites. And you can get it on the Apple Store, Google Store, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Os!